All right. Hey guys, back with another video and a bunch of pedals on 4 pedal boards. Had some comments about some of the wackiness. I think this is the pedal board that was in the video that people commented on. Just like, oh, there's a clock and a mixer and what the hell is going on there? So I'm gonna actually give a little rundown of a couple of these boards. This is pretty standard stuff. Guitar pedal boards. Some cool stuff on each. I'm trying out this brand groups of drives, like all these electro harmonics, based on other stuff, but got those on that one. Then a whole bunch of Earthquaker drive pedals on this one. Anyways, those are the guitar boards, so no need to really go through those. I'll start with this little guy. This is what I call my auxiliary board. So I've got this sampler that goes out to a DI. Got a clock, I should have plugged this in. But yeah, I got a clock and stopwatch, so I can just kind of like set a timer. If you're starting a set, you can check the time, make sure you're not going over. It's not a good way to get more gigs if you're going over your time. Anyways, what else do I got here? This is a vocal chain. So I've got distortion, pitch shift, delay, and a reverb. And these pedals constantly swap out. I'm just kind of like trying like a budget friendly thing. This is a delay I put together. Anyways, I have it all on a effects loop switcher, so I can turn off all the effects and go dry, talk in between songs, have the effects fully on again. I can, obviously turn each one on and off as needed as well, or turn them all off or on in a group. What else? So the end of that chain goes into a JDI, and sometimes I'll take the through, go to a guitar amp, pretty often actually, and you can also just go straight to the PA. What else? I have an emergency XLR female to 1/4 inch with a transformer in it. So it's a low to high impedance transformer. So I can just stick that on the end of any XLR, go into my guitar pedals, and at least the impedance is right. Then goes back to low impedance on the way out of the DI. But I also travel. I mean, haven't done a show in almost a year, but I also take with me a cable, like just a short cable tail that has also a transformer in it. But that one's just kind of the backup. If I somehow forget the cable, I have a transformer strapped to the pedal board. So that's the auxiliary board. This guy is what I call the solo performance board. And sometimes do solo sets, sometimes with an acoustic guitar, sometimes with an electric guitar. Either way, guitar goes in here, going through a plumes, a delay, reverb, super simple. This is a line selector, so if I have an acoustic with like a pretty low output pickup, I can just like click onto the next channel and I have a little like extra boost, extra volume out of there. So I think that's pretty much it for the guitar chain. Super simple. Yeah, it comes out of the guitar chain again into a DI. So you can again use the through to go to an amp, which I do all the damn time. But I'm also going to this mixer. And here, actually, let's do the vocal chain first because they both end up to the mixer. So I didn't plan this out, guys. I'm just doing it all on the fly. Same as on the auxiliary board. I have a vocal chain here set up on a loop box. I even have a tap tempo for my delay on the vocals. But here I'm actually coming into a JDI reverse. I have this female to female tail. I plug the mic in here, goes into the JDI, comes out the high impedance side, then going to all the pedals, comes out of the pedal chain into another DI. Same thing, I can get the through, send it to a guitar amp, or it's also going to this mixer. And if you're like at a good venue and you want to just send the signals to the sound guy, I could just unplug these and send it like a regular DI to front of house. Or I have this little mixer. And if I'm doing a super self-sufficient solo set, like let's say I'm playing in the woods and there's no PA. No, that doesn't make sense. Anyways, I can just have a powered speaker and, you know, basically make my own mix. I can have a couple powered speakers, send that out as mains, and I would still have an auxiliary for a monitor. It just keeps things super self-sufficient. So that's it. And I have these, so I could also just send the mix out to PA or whatever. It just really has a lot of options with having a small mixer to accommodate any audio or live situation. So there we go. That's the weirdness. And again, clock, just to keep an eye on time when I'm playing. Tins with picks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, barrel jack, female to female 1/4 inch. Pedal goes down. In the scramble, you can just rip it out, put that barrel jack in between, connect your signal again. That's a pro tip right there from my guitar teching experience. Anyways, that's it. That's some pedal board talk. And thanks for watching, guys. Comment, like, subscribe. There's always more of this stuff going on this channel lately. If you're wondering about these amps, I mentioned them in another video. So go back and check what I've been doing in the last couple weeks. Thanks, guys. Take care.